Hello and welcome, my nerdy leaves. Today, we are reacting to Guide to Nerdhood. Sorry, I remembered the name right before this, and in the middle of saying my sentence, it was gone. Yeah, Secrets and Lost content of Digimon World 1. If you don't know, I have streamed it on this channel down there on Twitch 2 years back or something. It's been a while, but I streamed Digimon World 1. We didn't quite 100% it because we got some unlucky picks, but I digress. Let's watch the video and see what has been lost and what secrets we might find.
You know, people are always telling me about how great the modern Digimon games are. I mean, sure, in the new games you can get and train practically any Digimon you want, you can watch their epic attacks and awesome moves in high definition, and you can even do, whatever the heck this is. Wow, that is... yeah.
I mean, a Jogress between these two just makes sense. When do we get an Angemon Devimon Jogress? But why is it so sexual? That's so unnecessary.
Yeah, I understand why you all like this game so much. But I don't know, I'm a man of tradition when it comes to Digimon. I mean, be honest, can you do this in your fancy new games?
I'm not sure if you can do this in next order, actually. Does that work? Huh.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Digimon World 1 is probably the most iconic Digimon game of all time. The calm environment, relaxed and cozy gameplay remain well loved to this day. Although it does have a tendency to glitch out every now and then. And like a lot of old games, there are plenty of secrets hiding on the disc, most of which aren't accessible through normal gameplay. The reasons for that may or may not be lost to time, but the content itself can still be found. Today, we are going to dive into Digimon World 1 and discover the mysteries, secrets, and lost content hiding within. First up, we are gonna look into what is arguably the most well-known lost content for Digimon World 1. But today, you might learn something you never knew before. But before that, let's talk about this game for a moment. There are a lot of Digimon in Digimon World 1 that you can get your hands on.
I mean, yeah, there technically are a lot, but in comparison to modern games, I wouldn't call it a lot. It's a kind of very limited pool. But, well, it being limited also has its charms, because it's also easier to get all the Digimon in it.
Some of them are very difficult to acquire, as they have very strict requirements which you need to meet before your Digimon will digivolve into them. The Digivolution criteria can be pretty difficult to satisfy, which is why most of us got either Sukamon or Numimon when we tried playing this game when we were young.
My friend, for research purposes, because he works with me on my game, and this was a part of the inspiration, started this game and he did get Numemon as well. He's not like into Digimon really, and it's his first time playing, and yeah, I predicted it, but it's normal. It was the same for all of us.
Did you know that the exact criteria that needed to be fulfilled to digivolve into Hercules Kabuterimon was only figured out in 2011, about 11 years after the English release of Digimon World 1? Up until then, there were all kinds of weird theories and unsubstantiated methods that people were throwing around. This might not appear to be a big deal for you. You might be thinking, well, that happened all the time back in the day. Look at all the wild, absurd ideas people had when they tried to find Mew in the original Pokemon games. But the thing is, everyone knew Hercules Kabuterimon was in the game, and that it could be legitimately acquired too. A lot of people had actually got it without using any cheats. But they just didn't know.
Yeah, in my playthrough, I just got it as well. Like, first try. It's crazy.
Know how exactly they did it, and they had a hard time replicating their results. Keeping that in mind, the strange and odd theories that popped up all over the place did make some kind of sense. Kinda like they all contained individual pieces of the whole puzzle, mixed in with a whole lot of nonsense. The theories here were more believable than the usual ones people spread around for finding Mew. But there is no denying just how popular Mew was. A secret Pokemon hiding in the game without any obvious ways to get it? Now that is worth talking about. Hidden secrets like that get people talking, which brings more attention to the actual game, and that can, potentially, bring in more money for the developers. Digimon World 1 must have been inspired by that logic because it has not one, but 3 secret Digimon hiding in it. Which brings us to our first bit of lost content.
Wait, these 3 are in it? Huh.
The secret Digimon are Pangeamon, Gigadramon, and Metal Etimon. No Digimon in the game can legitimately digivolve into any of these Digimon. What you're supposed to do is use one of the secret Digivolution items tied to these Digimon. There are a lot of Digivolution items in the game, most of which are pretty difficult to find, requiring you to beat certain in-game tournaments to get them. But the secret Digivolution items cannot be acquired in any way in-game. But the items and the Digimon associated with them are completely incorporated in the game. You can use a Game Shark to get the items, and then use them on appropriate level Digimon to force them to digivolve into one of the hidden Digimon. Let's talk about Pangeamon first. You can get him by giving the silver mane to a rookie level Digimon. This might seem odd to you, and that's because Pangeamon in Digimon World 1 is treated as a champion level Digimon.
What? But you have Leomon already. Why not make it like it is nowadays, the evolution of Leomon? Oh, so weird.
Even though all of us Digi-nerds know that it is supposed to be ultimate level. The programming behind this Digimon is a little wonky or unfinished or something. And there is a funny thing that can happen if you train Pangeamon in a certain way. You wanna know what happens? Well, let me show you.
Yeah, show me. It digivolves. Okay. Huh? Huh?
Well now, isn't that something? If Pangeamon meets enough of the Digivolution criteria for Vegemon, then our silver-maned lion will digivolve into it. Never thought I'd see that.
But that will extend the life expectancy a lot, wouldn't it?
On a related note, while testing this, something rather strange happened. Let me show you.
Okay. Wait, did you put him to sleep, but it evolves instead? Huh? Yeah, I guess these weren't supposed to be accessible for a reason.
Okay, that was creepy as hell. Not sure what kind of demonic eldritch evolution was about to happen there, but the game did not want to show it.
Probably Mad Leomon, wouldn't it?
Hard to say if this was a glitch unique to Pangeamon or just another Digimon World 1 glitch. Anyway...
I think it's maybe not only Pangeamon, but the others as well, the other 2 secret ones, because they weren't finished up. The items were there, the data was there, stuff like that remains in the code even though it is discarded, they don't delete it out. And it was probably just some kind of error with, I don't know, a checksum or whatever. I'm not too big into programming to know, but something like that happened.
Okay, let's move on. Gigadramon can be acquired by giving the item Giga Claws to a champion level Digimon, as Gigadramon is an ultimate level Digimon in this game, as it should be. It's pretty much a palette swap of Megadramon though, which can be legitimately acquired in the game. It doesn't really have any crazy weird Digivolutions or anything like that, as far as I can tell anyway. And then we get to Metal Etimon.
It might really just be a Megadramon, just differently colored. It might just be a copy-paste job.
You can get him by feeding the Metal Banana to a champion level Digimon. While Metal Etimon is supposed to be a Mega level Digimon, those did not exist at the time when Digimon World 1 was being created. It's an ultimate level Digimon in this game, similar to the other Megas like Hercules Kabuterimon or Phoenixmon. Now, I'm sure you all know everything I've mentioned so far, so let's get to the part that you may not know. While looking into all this, the question
Yeah, now I have the question, do these Digimon appear somewhere here? That would be interesting.
I had was simple. How were you supposed to get these hidden Digimon legitimately? Back in the day, the rumor mill was hard at work when it came to distributing misinformation regarding how to get them. Kinda like the bit about finding Mew under the truck, really. For example, there is an Etimon in the game who will sell golden bananas to you after you recruit him to the city. This golden banana, when fed to a champion level Digimon, would digivolve them into Etimon. Many people back in the day claimed that on rare occasions, instead of receiving a golden banana from Etimon, they received a metal banana instead. But of course, there was never any real evidence to support this. Another common theory was that you needed an Etimon to begin with, who you have to train to ridiculously high stats. And then the theory would add on some kind of silly or disturbing criteria, like having the Etimon poop all over the place or having him win 99 fights. And then Etimon was supposed to digivolve into Metal Etimon, somehow. My favorite theory for the Metal Monkey, however, was that it had something to do with the waterfall training at the Green Gym. And there was some actual reasoning behind this.
What? Okay, what could this be? Why the waterfall? Etemon is a puppet, so it would get soggy. Not metally. Oh, let's see.
Digimon Digital Card Battle is another Digimon game on the PS1 with strong ties to Digimon World 1. In that game, you can actually acquire a Metal Etimon card. And if you were to take a close look at
something, okay. What I wanna see is level ultimate. So this oh, I see what he means. There's the waterfall in the background. Yeah, that is just a coincidence.
At it in game, well, what do you see in the background there? Why, isn't that the waterfall training area from the Green Gym? Well, the theory suggested that you had to get a certain combination on the bonus try in waterfall training. From there were plenty of sub-theories. Some recommended using an Etimon for this, while others had crazier demands, like getting certain roulette combinations on a certain day at a certain time after a lot of other prerequisite requirements. None of this was true in any way, obviously, but I enjoy reading about old rumors and theories like this. Eventually, everyone felt that Metal Etimon alongside the other hidden Digimon were simply taken out of the game before launch. Maybe they weren't completely finished, and I can kinda understand that after what happened with Pangeamon. Or maybe it was a glitch that made them unattainable. After all, Digimon World 1 is full of glitches.
Yeah.
The game is basically running on a hope and a prayer. But I don't know, I never believed any of that. They surely intended for Metal Etimon to be usable in-game. It can even be used in versus mode after all. So I kept looking. And while researching this topic, I eventually came...
I just assume you can't use the other two in versus mode then? Because elsewise it would just be, well, they get the data and they use the data.
Came upon the truth. I found the real way you were supposed to get Metal Etimon, and perhaps even the other hidden Digimon.
What?
Are you ready to know about it?
Yes!
Well, here you go. Maybe I should explain. On the 23rd of February...
Okay. I bet it's an event. You bring your memory card and they transfer the items to your save.
1999, the official Digimon World Guide for the Japanese version was published. and this guide contained information regarding the only legitimate way to raise a metal Etimon. The metal banana could only be obtained through a giveaway mentioned on page 134 of this guide. According to the flyer, 50 participants would be selected for this giveaway, and each one of them would be mailed a memory card containing the data for metal banana. I imagine it means that there would be a save file near the beginning of the game with the metal banana already in the inventory or something. In order to participate, you had to mail in a Metal Etimon present application ticket along with the answer to a quiz which was given in the guide. The quiz was referring to a set of monochrome stickers under the guide's jacket. The contest ran for only 1 month, ending on the 31st of March 1999. Metal Etimon does not appear in the guide's list of Digimon or their stats, but the guide did include a brief profile of him. A cyborg-type Digimon which debuted.
They mail you a memory card. Stuff like that was wild back in the day. Nowadays you just get a code or just can download it from inside the game. It's so much better nowadays.
In Digimon Pendulum Nature Spirits. They are a powered-up version of Metal Etimon called the King of Digimon. On a journey of rigorous battle, they acquired combat data, new finishing moves, and weapons to face formidable opponents. The powered-up King of Digimon appears in your own Digimon world. I have no idea what they were trying to say with the whole King of Digimon with new combat data and finishing moves thing. The Metal Etimon that you get through the Metal Banana is pretty much the
King of Digimon is basically a reference to Elvis Presley, who was the king of rock and roll and the whole music thing. And I guess it could have like new text or something, which weren't actually included.
same Digimon as Etimon, other than the appearance, which is kinda the case for all of the hidden Digimon. Pangeamon is a palette swap of Leomon, and Gigadramon is the same
And they're all like gray. Huh.
for Megadramon. Even their movesets and finishing attacks are copies of the existing Digimon. The only thing that changes is the type. Like Etimon is a virus type, while Metal Etimon is a vaccine type. So it probably didn't take a whole lot of effort to program these hidden Digimon into the game. I believe that all 3 of the hidden Digimon were meant to be distributed to players, perhaps in a similar way as the giveaway in this guide. This would make them pretty special, I'd imagine. But there is one problem though. The Metal Etimon you would get this way would eventually perish. And assuming only one Metal Banana was given for each memory card, you weren't gonna get another one again. Things were different for Pokemon though. They didn't pass away after a while. So if you had a Mew, you could keep it forever. Or even...
Yeah, that's actually a problem. He's right. Like, okay, and then it's gone. But it's not even shown up somewhere that I do have it or had it. It's not in the guide encyclopedia thing of the game. It's kind of pointless, this distribution.
Even trade it to another game if you wanted to. That wasn't gonna be the case here. But I couldn't find any information regarding giveaways that happened for the other 2 Digimon. Maybe they quit after the first one? Who knows? I don't think the English versions got any of these giveaways at all. So I suppose there was never a legitimate way to get any of these Digimon for the English audience to begin with. That's kinda sad, but I'm happy to finally know about all this.
I mean, there surely wasn't a giveaway in the German version. Because the German version was so brilliant to use the typical Digimon Adventure logo, which has Gomamon on it, and Tentomon. Tentomon appears in Digimon World, but is not playable, and Gomamon simply does not exist in the game, but it's on the cover. That's like, that was... And it also was... I mean, you could finish it, beat the last boss was possible, but due to a glitch you aren't able to obtain all Digimon. Because you cannot talk to the Agumon in front of Ogre Fortress. And thus, you are locked out from recruiting some Digimon, about like 10 or 20 even, to your town. It's so stupid.
But if you have any more information about this that I don't, do let me know in the
Sorry, no.
comments. And maybe you should even like the video and subscribe to the channel while you're at it. Now, these 3 hidden Digimon were completely implemented in the game, but there is data within Digimon World 1 that points to the existence of 2 more secret Digimon, ones that were unfortunately never completed. There are 2 more items that you can use a Game Shark to attain: the Moon Mirror and Electro Ring. The Moon Mirror would have been used to digivolve into weird
Garurumon, really? What is Kaminarimon though?
Garurumon, another fan favorite Digimon, while the Electro Ring would have been used to digivolve into Kaminarimon? I'm not familiar with that Digimon. Let me look it up. Must be really cool, I bet.
Oh!
I wasn't expecting that.
That fan creation! Yeah, that never happened in the end, okay. Oh well. Oh well.
Well, Kaminarimon is supposed to be Thunderballmon, apparently. Both of these Digimon do not
Kaminari is Japanese for lightning, so it would fit Thunderballmon.
really exist in the game. Using the Digivolution items on your Digimon does not have any effect. I thought maybe giving the Moon Mirror to Garurumon might do something, but no, it does not. Another old rumor that wasn't true after all. Where Garurumon and Kaminarimon were supposed to be part of the game, but it appears that they were either never completed or taken out of the game before launch. While there is a bit of a mystery surrounding the exclusion of these 2 Digimon from World 1, that is a rabbit hole on its own, that I might cover in a future video. Looking into old mysteries like this can get pretty creepy. Next up on the list of lost content is a little oddity related to the treehouse, where you first find Etimon. The door to the treehouse is always closed, even
Right, you can never get in there. Huh. Now that I think about it, yeah, what's inside there? It clearly looks like it's supposed to open, so there was definitely something planned there.
after you finish the game, the door can't be opened, no matter what you do. Within the data of the game, though, we can find an image of the treehouse without the door in the way. So it might have been intended at some point during development for you to go inside the treehouse, but maybe the idea was scrapped at some point. While there were plenty of theories back in the day on how
Okay, here's my theory on what was supposed to be behind there. This is where you first met Etemon. So, when you recruit Etemon, he doesn't stay in the city because he wanted to build a harem and the other citizens were not okay with that. Sorry. Thing is, he's right outside the city. You gotta leave to the eastern exit. And there you can find it selling gold bananas. Maybe it was supposed to be in this treehouse after all this happened, but they decided against that in the end because it's too far from the town, so he wouldn't feel like he is a citizen, as he still counts for the city, and it just is not a good place to put him. But they already made the model, had the planning that this would open up after recruiting Etemon. But then they just didn't remodel it for obvious reasons. It would be too much work. It's fine like that. Probably was just the home of Etemon, which was cut.
to open the door, there was never a legitimate way to do so. Next, let's talk about the in-game tournaments. You can get access to the arena after you beat up Greymon and get him to join the city. There are all kinds of tournaments, some that are only available to certain kinds of Digimon, like Fire or Bug, and others that are full of really tough Digimon.
Yeah, these tournaments, I kinda hated them. The problem is, it's fine that you have tournaments that are only available for bugs or anything, but with the way you raise your Digimon, the thing is, if they weren't also under a time restraint, you have 1 week, so if I don't have the right Digimon at the right time, I cannot enter. And I cannot plan what Digimon to get. Like, I want to enter the bug tournament, so I raise a bug Digimon, But then the tournament just never happens and it dies. It's not a good idea, honestly.
Like the S rank one. There are 22 tournaments in the game, but only 21 of them are accessible through normal gameplay. So, what happened to the last one? The Royal Grade Tournament can be found hiding in the data. The programming behind it isn't complete though. This tournament is intriguing because any Digimon can be fought here, all the way from in-training Digimon to ultimate level. Normally, in-training Digimon aren't allowed in any other tournament. Now, about the programming issue. There's a teeny tiny problem with the Royal Grade Tournament. All of your opponents are programmed to have 0 in all stats, including HP, which means that the opposing Digimon will be knocked out as soon as the fight begins. It's pretty...
Oh, but at least the fight begins. Other games would be like, can't compute 0 attack or whatever stat, and then just crash. That was what I would expect here. But hey, at least it's an easy tournament to win.
Pretty much impossible to lose a fight.
But I wonder, like, was it just that they didn't set the stats? Did they just not set them and cut the tournament and that's it? There's probably a story behind that only developers could answer.
Unfortunately, there aren't any prizes programmed for the tournament. And you apparently get stuck forever after the tournament ends. Oh well, it happens. And finally, let's talk about some lost and unused areas in Digimon World 1, which can still be accessed through some trickery and hacking. Some of these areas look like unused, unfinished or older versions of existing areas in the game. Like this Mount Spore area, which looks kinda like a nightmare that I once had. It creeps me out and is...
That's a nightmare you once... Did you... You know... do something to support this nightmare happening?
painful to look at. The next area appears to be an unused location from the Grey Mansion. The camera is a little too far away, but that kinda makes sense since they never got around to finishing it. You can warp to other places if you move in a certain way, in case you needed to do that for some reason. Speaking of the Grey Mansion, here's another location that you can access. There isn't much to see here as you can't even see your own character. And last but not least, we have a couple of unused Mount Infinity areas. They are pretty complete compared to some of the places we've seen earlier. But I suppose there isn't anything particularly remarkable about them, so maybe they were excluded because of that.
Yeah, I mean, they are easy to complete as well. The Mount Infinity stuff is just take these cubes and put them together until you have your map.
There are a couple of other unused areas in the game files, but they tend to either not work at all or make the screen really glitchy and hard to look at. So let's forget about those. And that's it for this video. What was your favorite part? Did you enjoy learning about the whole Metal Etimon thing, or did you already know that? Do let me know everything in the comments. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to destroy that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps. On a personal note, I want to thank all of you who leave kind and positive comments from me. They really make my day. Thank you once again. And
You know what? We'll leave a comment. My favorite part was learning more about the secrets of this game in general. Great video. Which killed another radio star. I hope he has a laugh at that. This was actually a good video. Yeah. I think there's one more video from him that we're gonna react to next week. So look forward to that. It's also about Digimon World 1 and looking forward to that as well. So yeah. Was a great video. Leave a like and a subscribe over at his channel. Video link in the description below. And leave a like and subscribe on my channel as well. Leave a comment on both videos here. And with that, everything is set. Also, check out this video here, because it's probably a good one. At least, if it was made by me, which it was, so you should check that out. Like, you wanna be part of the cool gang, right? Until next time, bye, D.